Happy Thursday. Wanted to update you guys on the very important project for Grain of Rice Academy. We have been working with them on this Dig Deep project for the borehole and the solar power pumping system and the clean water system now since the March. And you have so generously given and supported this important project to bring clean water access consistently to an incredible school up by Mount Kenya. And we have done a lot of, as you know, the background work, and we've been sharing of that permit process and identifying the right drilling company and water surveys and all the things to prepare. And then unfortunately, the difficult news of having the first borehole that was dug end up collapsing because of some instability that was underneath the ground. And in this area, that can be a challenge, but also a blessing, because where that ground is a bit looser and open is where water flows. And so you definitely want not to be drilling through solid granite or solid rock. You definitely want there to be perforations in the soil and in the rocks, but not to the point that it obviously isn't solid enough and supportive to hold the casings for the borehole. And so as that process unfolded and we realized that it was not recoverable, we then had to pause our drilling because of the elections nationally that were happening among different races in Kenya, from president to governors to local leadership all the way down. And those results were finally released on Monday, and there has been a lot of feelings in the country about those results. Some people are celebrating, some people are really upset. And we can understand that because we also have gone through a lot in our country around elections. And so if your candidate didn't win, then you have feelings about that, and the feelings are being shared in Kenya. And so as that process unfolds, sometimes it disrupts transportation, it disrupts schools, businesses, families, daily life. Literally everything kind of stops, and people hold their breath to see how things will settle. We have been very much praying for peace and a smooth transition of power to the new leadership in the country, and that is in process. But unfortunately, our team could not get back to the location where they were going to be doing drilling because of some unsettledness in the communities and the transportation systems. So we had hopes to try and re-drill by the end of this week, but our team has not been able to make it because of some challenges that are still happening in the country. So that means that we're going to need to wait until Monday to drill, because we need 3 consecutive days of drilling in order to make sure we can make it all the way through down to, the goal is now around 150 meters to drill that borehole. So we will keep you updated on that progress. And we appreciate you hanging in there with us and standing with us and not giving up. We know that this school is absolutely worth the investment, and that these kids and these students and staff and the community is worth standing with to see lives changed and transformed through the gift of clean water. Clean water, as you know, makes so much possible. And we want to see that become a reality for the school so that sickness and disease are not a challenge. There are a lot of things that are challenging in life, and clean water should not be something that people should not have access to. So we can spend our energy and our time moving the needle in other areas. So as we continue to push forward in this project and still deal with the challenges that are happening on the ground, we want to make sure that it is a safe process for everyone to make it to the site, and that we'll be able to focus and finish what we started. So we will keep you posted on that. Thank you for understanding and wanting the best for these students at the Grain of Rice Academy. One good thing that did happen was it rained, and that is a huge, huge blessing, because as you have learned, as we've been sharing, it does not rain very often in this part of Kenya. And they literally were down to days of water, and it rained. And so they were able to harvest some of that rainwater and use it to kind of continue living off of until we can get this borehole productive. So that was a huge added blessing. This morning, I was also able to meet with a group of high school students at one of our local high schools, and they are going to be doing a club for Just One Africa and helping to create awareness and understanding around some of the issues that we have highlighted and are working with our partners on in Kenya, like FGM and early marriage, sustainability to help create care and funding for trauma therapy, for agriculture, for education, to help support the girls and the boys that are being rescued, and then of course our clean water program. And so we're really just so blessed by seeing young people engage and rally around opportunities to make a difference in their world, just one person at a time. Some of these young people we have been working with, and they have been volunteering with us since they were in middle school. So some of them I've known for 6 or 7 years now, and it's such a joy to see their perseverance in knowing how much they have a heavy load with school, to be able to continue to step into doing things that matter to them. And that's so encouraging, because this is the next generation of leaders and world changers and advocates for others. And so as we have an opportunity to share the need and to share lessons that we've learned and to invite them into becoming those partners and problem solvers with us, it opens up their eyes to see what else they are able to do. It's so, I guess, freeing, right? To know that who you are is not dependent on where you live. It's not dependent on how much money you have in the bank. It's not dependent on how many followers you have on social media. It's not dependent on your grades or your accomplishments or how many people know you. Who you are is important and precious and valuable. And I love being able to encourage students and let them know that they were created on purpose for a purpose, and we need them to be a part of making a difference in this world. And it's possible just one person at a time. And so our clubs are a really great way for students to practically have a hands-on opportunity in engaging in global issues and making a difference. And so while we are waiting on some projects in Kenya, students here in the US are learning about ways they can advocate and they can fundraise and they can spread the word and continue making a difference in these areas that are life-giving and life-changing. So no matter where you find yourself today and where you find yourself stuck, know that there are always opportunities to move the needle in other areas. And I just hope that these young people that we got to share with this morning and are going to engage, their story will inspire you to look out and see what else is possible right where you are, right where you live, with who's around you. Thank you so much for partnering with Just One Africa and being a change maker right where you live. More to come. We'll touch base again next week on this project, and we'll keep you updated on how things roll out. More to come. Have a fantastic Thursday, and we'll talk soon.